The energy price guarantee has been artificially protecting us from increasing energy prices. The energy price cap is currently £4,279, but the energy price guarantee is keeping this at a level of £2,500 for typical use. Of course, these are typical use figures, so if you use more energy, you'll pay more, and if you use less energy, you'll pay less. What this really boils down to is a unit price and a standing charge. So they'll cap them figures. So roughly, this can change depending on who you're with, where you live, or how you pay, but it is about 46p per day standing charge and a unit price per kilowatt hour of 34p. On the 31st of March, the energy price guarantee is going up from £2,500 for typical use up to £3,000. And this represents a 20% increase in your electricity bills. So whatever you're paying now, you're going to be paying 20% more on the 31st of March. However, if you're on an old style prepayment meter and you top up before this date, you can remain on the old price for as long as you hold that credit. Of course, there are some situations and things to consider, as well as a list of who this should and shouldn't work for, which we'll come on to later. Firstly, if you move your electricity company or you move house, this isn't a problem because you can get a refund of any money you put onto your meter when you move. However, if you need the money back and you're not moving provider or you're not moving house, it's going to be very hard to get the money back just because you need that money now once you've already topped it up. So this is something to consider. Only put money on there that you can afford to go without. If you top up any credit after the 31st of March 2023, then everything that's on the meter already will revert to the new rate. How this works is when you put credit on your key at the shop, that's when the computer gives your key the current rate to charge you. So if you put more credit on it and then you go and put it into your meter, it changes the rate of what was already there to the new rate. So if you receive vouchers for the energy bill support scheme, that's the £400 most households got, or if you're on the alternative fuel payment, which people are due to get either last month or this month, and that's if you're on oil or something like that, which is a £200 payment, that is going to be paid through your electricity bill, so it'll be vouchers again. If you use these vouchers, then this is going to change your payment also. Now, these vouchers have a 3-month expiry date on them, so what you need to do is either top them up if you have them before that date, and then wait as long as you can, and just before they're about to expire at the 3 months, then top up again using that money. Also make sure that you're not going to lose any of that voucher. So it might not be worth doing the full top-up amount you can put on your meter if you're not going to use that within 3 months, because you're going to get another 200 quid through one of these other schemes. So it's just something to think about. Remember, this should work, but it isn't guaranteed. So A, don't shoot me if it doesn't work, and B, only do it with money that you were going to pay for electricity anyway and you can afford to be without, like I've said before. Now, this will not work on gas, it will not work on smart meters, it will not work for Eon, and it will not work for Scottish Power. Now, the providers that it should, notice I said should work for, are British Gas, EDF, Octopus, Bulb, SSE, OVO and Shell. Anybody else, you're going to have to check them out for yourselves, but these are the ones that I could find and that suggest that this will work. Now, you also need to check how much your meter will allow you to top up. So in my case, it's £255 for my meter I can store on there at any one go. And then you can also keep some credit on your key, which you put into your meter. And this can range from anything from £40 to £250. Now for me on Bulb, it's £250. So I know I can put 255 on the meter itself and 250 on the key, and that'll all be classed as the old rate. However, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'll be getting the alternative fuel payment of £200, and I'm not going to use 500 quid in 3 months. So if I got that before the deadline, I could use this method with that voucher, which would be great, and then I can top up as much as I can and stockpile it effectively for when I need it. But if I'm going to get that voucher after the 31st of March, then I'll only top up the meter, leaving the key free, so that when I get the voucher, I can put the voucher on the key and then use that after the meter has been used up. One thing to also keep an eye on is the energy prices themselves. So if they drop below the energy price guarantee and the price cap comes down below the 2,500, which you'll be currently frozen on with your credit if you do this little method, then you can just top up any amount. You can go and put £1, £5 on your key, and when you plug that in to your meter, everything that's on there will now be charged at the newer discounted rate if they come down. It's very unlikely they're going to, but that option is there, so you're not stuck on a rate. If the energy prices fall below the rate, you froze that. Hopefully this has been helpful to somebody. If you're not on a meter yourself, or it's not going to work for you because you're a provider, let someone know that is in that situation so they can benefit from them. Give it a thumbs up if you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.